sometimes, all right, when you know that you are doing the right thing, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, sometimes you're going to have to just do it while you're... Hello? I knew that's why you was calling. I knew it. The last time we played, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, we beat y'all 3 games to nothing. Y'all didn't even get a game. Ah, no, stop. You're not. We didn't even finish the last game. We was going to 12. The score was 8-4, and we had to leave. Hey, we could have came back from 8 to... Look, bottom line, we didn't finish that game. So, I mean, you can't count that as a win. So, you really trying to count... You good with that. You good with trying to count a game that we didn't finish as a win. What about the first 3 games where we just beat y'all, just smacked y'all? Yeah, people like to try to wait until they're over the fear, you know, because we like to, you know, we have comfort in what we can control, you know, when we feel like we got an understanding or an idea of something, we feel better about it, we are more secure about it. When those things get lesser and lesser and lesser, that's when we have more fear about something a lot of times. But guess what? You ain't gonna understand everything. You ain't gonna always know what's next. That's, you know, similar to the righteous. Oh man, here we go. It's always something, bruh. This junk don't make no sense. How it even started if I don't have the key? I just rather a good old-fashioned key anyway. Just give me a key that you put in the ignition and then we can go. You can't leave without a key if you do that. Technology. It's always something, bro. You know, extra change. If I needed that change, I wouldn't have been able to find it. Man. This don't make no sense. Get to know your brand new 2020 power mirrors, heated steering, turn signal. All right, cool. What does it say about the key? Can you go in? What if I stop my car? Is the key? I don't have the key. Is it still gonna work? I don't need to see all this other stuff. I got everything except for what I'm looking for. Door ajar. I know what that means. If the door open. Key. What is it? A remoteless key entry transmitter. Okay. Key lock, unlock, power gate, blah, 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 key release, all that. Can this car go somewhere without a key? That's what I'm in. Come on, but start the engine with the transmitter. Stop the engine off. Okay. That ain't got nothing. Why is it going somewhere and I don't have the key? That means somebody can just take the car in, huh? I thought if the key was not in the car, it can't go nowhere. Obviously that ain't it. Man. Look at this, man. Let me get back in my house. Can't even, I'm scared to cut the car off. I don't even know if it's gonna start again. Common beliefs. You might have to start questioning things, the way things have society set up, the things that the world, society say is okay, how it's supposed to be done. Sometimes you might have to get away from what you had in mind, what you had planned. I'm not telling you that to have something in mind or to plan is wrong, but
having something planned or wanting something to go a certain way, it is not a right or wrong, right? It's a preference. Sometimes you might have to divorce all that for as long as you need to enter into the righteous unknown to do whatever it is that you need to do, long as you know it's the right thing. Look, you just know it's the right thing. You know what? I don't know what's what. I don't know how I'm gonna do this financially, do that. I don't know about, but what I do know is this ain't right.
You know what? Nah, leave it on, because you don't even know if it's gonna start if you cut the thing off. I don't even know how it started in the first place if the key not even in here. Yeah, don't cut it off. Who locked it? I don't have the key. So who locked it? How is it locked? And I don't even have the key. Oh man, this don't make no sense. It's not supposed to be locked. Oh man. Nothing can ever go right. Why a bunch of good things unexpected don't happen? It's always something bad, right? Always something bad. Home? My house? What do you mean home? Hold on, man. Let me get on. Man, how my own house calling my cell phone? And ain't nobody even in I can't even get in my own house. Nah, I had no one of these. Shoot, man, let me get off this interstate right quick, man. This junk done turned crazy, man. And I ain't got time for all this. I'm good on this. Let's see what's going on, man. See something? Crazy boy. Oh, somebody called me from my own house on my phone, and then it's the right number. This my house number. This my house number right here, calling me. Nah, no indeed. Hello? Yeah, man, what's going on, bro? Man, look. Say, man, look. I need you to go look outside and see if they got somebody at my house right now. Nah, I'm serious, man. Look, but just go look out the window right quick and tell me if they got somebody around my house or a car park or something. Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? The mailman right there? So you don't see no car. You don't see but you saw anybody around there earlier or something like that? Nah, man, nah. Cause look, first of all, look, let me tell you what's been going on. I get in my car, I'm just gonna make a regular little run right quick, right? So in the midst of me driving, I reach in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I got the change in my pocket. But I realized I didn't have my key. And then it hit me how the car even driving. Because, you know, with these new, you know, if it's an old school key, you put the key. First of all, I wouldn't have been able to go nowhere anyway, because I wouldn't have had no key in the ignition. But with these new keys, you know, you don't even have no ignition and all that. But anyway, man. So I realized I didn't have my key, right? So then I start wondering how the car would even be driving if I don't even have the key on me for it to drive. Then I'm thinking, how could it even start in the first place if I don't even have it? Because you got to have the key in the car for it to start, right? So that's first. That was weird. So then I go back home to get the key. Because what I didn't want to do. Yeah. No, exactly. Yes, I still don't have the key. That's what I'm trying to. It started and everything without no key. I ain't realized I didn't have the key when I started. Like I said, I realized that once I was driving. But it started without me not having the key on it. Period. Yup. So I didn't want to stop the car because I didn't know if I cut it off, if it was starting, because I don't got the key. So I went back home, right? I left it running while I went to my door, you know, and you know, of course I forgot I don't have the key. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't unlock it, but it was crazy that it was even locked in the first place. But it was crazy that it was even locked in the first place because I don't have the key. My car key, and how everybody put their car, right. No, just let me tell you. That's what I'm about to tell you. I didn't have, right. I didn't have the key because, of course, your car keys, you're going to put it on the same ring with your house keys. That's what everybody do. Yeah, nah, I'm just looking around, bro. Nah, but like I was saying, I realized, of course, I didn't have the key. But I shouldn't even need the key because clearly I didn't lock my door, right? If I don't have the key on me when I leave the house, then how did I lock the front door? I didn't. So why is my front door locked? See, that's what started tripping me out. Not only do I not have my car key, right? I go to my house and my front door locked, even though I didn't lock it because I never had the key in the first place. Then, what's going on now is I'm driving and I get a call from my house. And it's really my house. It's my house number and everything. So, yeah, that's why I'm calling you now, bro. Because I know you with law enforcement and all that. I don't know if you might have heard or nothing like. Yeah. Well, look. Look. I ain't saying I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I just know that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's criminal. I don't know. Right? But look. You the first person that popped in my head because I know you do law enforcement and, you know, maybe, you know, you might have encountered some situation that was like this or something, or some crazy situation with some ex or something. I don't know. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I agree. This is a very, very unusual. Super unusual. Nah, that's right. Man, but still though, I still don't understand why the car starting without the key. How my house locked? How I'm gonna get in my house? Oh, that's still in the middle, but yeah. Yeah, man. But look, yeah, I'm gonna get back with you though, man. I was just calling to let you know, bro. I'm glad I called you too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. One. All right. Let me go with this now. Gmail, come on now. Dang, I pressed the button. Dang, everything trying to go on. Dear Mr. Wesley, it pains me to inform you that you have 30 days before eviction takes place due to lack of payment of I did pay the rent. I paid my rent. What you talking about, y'all? It don't pain. Stop. People go forward. It pains me. It stop. And first of all, I paid my rent, so I ain't getting evicted over some rent that I already paid. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. How you gonna kick somebody out who paid their rent? Yes, automation, huh? Should have known that. You ain't gonna get no actual human being to talk. Yes. Well, I said yes. 1. Press 1. No. 2. You happy? No. I said 2. 2. Man. That's why I hate talking to these things. Just give me a real person. Yes, eviction notice. 3. You got it? 3. Eviction notice. 3. I pressed 3. Yeah. This joke. After all that, you talking about he not available at this time. And call him at another number. Going through all that. Man, I ain't got time. Yeah, hello? Yeah, this Mr. Wesley? This Mr. Arrington, right? Yeah. What's going on? Well, no. I paid my rent. I pay, as a matter of fact, I paid my rent, 3, 4, 5 days ago. I paid my rent already. So, no, this is what I'm trying to understand, right? Why did I get an email about me getting evicted in 30 days for lack of paying the rent if I already paid? Okay, like you said, you just said, I already paid my rent. So what is the eviction notice about? He didn't give you the. Oh, yeah, you know he don't live there no more though, right? Yeah, he moved out 2 weeks ago. And he never paid you his portion of the rent. He never paid you his portion of the rent for the time, for the last month that he was staying there. Okay. Nah, okay. No, I get it now. I mean, I know, because I was confused because I like I said, you know, I pay my cut that I usually pay. He moved out, but he know he's supposed to pay, you know, this month's rent before he leave and all. No, I understand. So, look. So, that's okay. No, I get it now. Okay. Had I known, I would have, because, you know, I'm getting a phone call. I got a phone call, you know. Put yourself in my shoes. Your own phone is calling you on your other phone, right? It's not making sense to me. And, you know, had I known, I would have answered the phone. So that's okay. No, I get it now. Okay. So that's why that's why I can't get in my house. You was there earlier looking, okay. and you locked the, okay, no, okay. Look, I'm glad you said not, no. You don't know how much you actually helped me. It makes sense now, because I was confused about why I couldn't get in my own house. No, my key still, look, I ain't gonna even, my keyboard, I don't have a problem with my key or the lock, but that's a whole nother story I'd rather not get into. I just was, so you was in my, you came there looking for me to talk to me about the rental situation and Eric, and you locked the door behind you when you came. Okay. And of course, you knocked and nobody answered because I wasn't home, so you came in and no, I got it. Yeah, no, I appreciate you, Mr. Arrington. I appreciate you. It makes sense, and you gave me a lot of clarity about some stuff. And you gave me a lot of clarity about some stuff that was going on. So, yeah, but look, hey, I don't have the money to pay 2 months rent. I did pay my part. I understand what you're saying, but look, I don't got it. I mean, what I'm supposed to do, I did pay my part. You gonna give me my money back? No. You telling me I'm getting kicked out and whatever I paid, because I paid my part, I'm not gonna get it back? I don't have money. The reason why I had a roommate is because obviously I didn't have enough money to pay the full rent by myself. That's why I joined in. It was his situation anyway. It was his situation. I joined in. So if I had enough to pay full rent by myself, I wouldn't even been living with him in the first place. So that's it. All right, then. All right. What you want me to do? This song don't even matter no more, man. I only got 1 month on the lease anyway. It don't matter. It's whatever. Everything else ain't going right. It's whatever. Yeah, man, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. I was just hitting you back to let you know that if you could, you're not obligated to, of course, but and I don't know for sure, but there's a possibility, man. If you're okay with it, man, I might have to crash by you for a little while, bro. Now, yeah, Mr. Arrington called me, the landlord, told me everything messed around and he didn't pay his portion of the rent. He gave me, sent me an email about the eviction notice or whatever. I'm telling him, I paid my part. Then he told me he not giving me the money back. I'm gonna definitely see about what's what with that. I'm gonna try to get it, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's like, but he said he kicking me out in 30 days if I'm trying to tell him I don't got the money. I wouldn't even have a roommate if I had the money. You know what I'm saying? So as far as I understand right now, he kicking me out in 30 days. And I know I don't got no money, as far as I know, to come up with nothing in 30 days. So, yeah, so I was just calling to see if it'd be all right with you, if I crash for a little while till I get back on my feet. Yeah, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You still ain't, can't do nothing with me on that court and all, but it's all love. I might, I start taking it easy on you or whatever when we play basketball, since you're taking out for me and all that, Yeah. Yeah, I know, yeah. That's funny, bro. Now, yeah, we split last time, though, It was 2-2. Y'all won 2, we won 2, We still 3-0'd y'all last time, though. I don't care, that last game didn't count. Say whatever you want. But yeah, man. Yeah, I was telling you earlier that I wasn't able to get into the place, because the key, I didn't have my key. And the door was locked. And it wouldn't make sense that the door was locked if I didn't lock it. But Mr. Arrington told me that he went in. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Arrington told me that he had went in the house. And he ended up locking the door behind his, right, as a landlord, you know, he knocked, you know, nobody answered, he was checking, and he locked it behind him. So when I went back and I didn't have my key, boom. Right, so yeah, now that makes sense too. But still, bro, I still ain't got nowhere, you know. I ain't gonna have nowhere to, well, I'm gonna crash by you, but that, I don't know, bro. I mean, I still can't get in the house. Yeah, Mr. Everington said he's gonna be out of town for the weekend. So I still can't get in. So yeah, I need to crash by you tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I still can't get in. Tell me there ain't something. Yeah. But I ain't gonna, at this point, man, hey, you know how, like, you stuff been in habit so much that you just whatever. It's just like whatever. It don't even matter, right? All the stuff was going wrong. All the stuff was going wrong. It seemed like once I figured out what was going wrong, it's still wrong. I still don't have the key to my car. I still can't get in my house to get the key to my car or get my house keys. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that's all making sense is, you know, nobody wasn't in my house. But turns out somebody was in my house, even though that wasn't why my phone was being called. But still, it's still, yeah, you know, it's whatever, man. You know what? The lease up in a month anyway, man. You know, I can't stay there anyway. I don't got the money. It is what it is. Huh? Say, bro, this ain't no scary movie. Let me get this straight. You say it's somebody in my trunk. You don't think I know if somebody else is in my car or not? Why you think somebody else is? Why? Even if somebody was in the trunk, they would have to have the key for the car to be moving. Go check for what? Like I said, but this ain't no horror flick. You think somebody, you know what? All right. I'm gonna go check. All right. Hold on. Nothing is somebody in the trunk. Come on, man. Nah, man. I don't know why. Oh yeah. No doubt. Look, I'm about to go. I'm going run to the dealership right quick. Right. As soon as I come from the dealership, bang, I'm gonna meet y'all over there. We gonna do it again. Yeah. You know, talk is cheap. You know, we all can do that. We gonna find out. Like I said, last time we played, we beat y'all 3-0. That last game don't count, bro. We didn't get to finish that. Yeah. All right. But we'll find out. We about to play later on today. Right? But anyway, what's the latest on that situation with the job? You know, you figured out what you was gonna do about that? Yeah, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. This the spot, man. Remember I called you last week and I was telling you that we was going to play basketball? I was telling you I was coming from the dealership. Yeah, the jeans. Remember I was telling you I'd come out there and get at y'all in some jeans or whatever. The jeans that I had on, because I had the spare key in the jeans, man. Yeah, I had the spare. Exactly. Yup. And I was telling you that I'm going to come out there. I already had some B-ball shorts. I'm going to change up out of them. And bam. I'm gonna come over there straight to the gym. I never took them jeans out. I forgot I had the jeans in the trunk. I put them in a little extra compartment or whatever, because you know people be breaking the car, stealing and all that. I ain't want them to see some jeans in my trunk and try to break in the car. You know, you can't do nothing around them. But yeah, man. So that's why the car was working without me having the key, because the spare key was in here the whole time. Man, say, bro, listen. That's crazy, man. That's some wild stuff. But hey, look. Let me take these out right now. Throw these in the back. Yeah, now it's all settled. Yep. Gotcha. It's time to move forward in life. Turns out, I already had everything I needed. Keys in the car, wallet in my back pocket, and driving the vehicle to take me to my next destination in life. So, why couldn't I recognize it? It's important that we don't let our past or our present hold our futures hostage. Sometimes life speaks to us. If we'll take a second and just listen, we'll know what's next. Now, don't get me wrong. It could be life speaking. It could be God speaking. It could be Satan speaking. It could be just a coincidence. So how do you determine which one it is? Well, a wise person I know once said, that's why each person needs to have their own relationship with God. Sometimes you just know. The place where you are is just not where you're supposed to be. Financial wise, relationship wise, or any other situation in life in general. Sometimes when you know, you just know.